Hi everyone, this is Mr. Corzine. I'm here working on your Chapter 9 quiz review. Um, this is for Chapter 9 talking about factoring. And we're trying to apply our knowledge to um, like these areas of rectangles that have some unknowns in them. So you'll see me drawing here on the picture. I think you'll be able to tell what I'm doing here pretty quickly. The zoo has this building, and they want to build a walkway around, like in this L shape, around two sides of it. It goes all along the length and the width of the building. But the width of that walkway is unknown. And they have some goals in mind. So it's this unknown. They want to do some calculations to help them know how much things are going to cost and how much it really should, what the measurements really should be. Okay, so first they want us to do write a polynomial that represents the combined area of the exhibit and the walkway. Okay, there's two ways we could go about doing this, okay? One way, I'll call it A and B. Okay, one way says, hey, I'm going to take the length, area equals the length times the width. The length, or we'll call this the width. The width is made up of x and 400. So instead of using width, I'm going to write x plus 400 instead of w. Then for my length, I've got all of this measurement. I'll do it on this side. 200 and then x. That makes the whole thing. So I get x plus 200. So the total area is x plus 200 times x plus 400. But this isn't the only way that you could find the area. You can think of it a different way. Because once we get done here, we factor this out, or we don't factor it, we actually FOIL it out, and I'll show you what that looks like. It looks like this. The area is equal to x squared plus 600x plus 80,000. But another way of looking at it is you've got several different parts. You've got this whole area of the main building, okay, right here. And this is 400 times 200. So that makes about 80,000, right? So the area is made up of, oops, that's not going to work. I got to do purple. The area is made up of 400 by 200, so that's already 80,000. Okay, and to that, we're going to add some of these other shapes that we see around the outside of the building. So this walkway is made up of this rectangle right here. The reason why I'm doing it like this is I know the measurement of this one. It's the width is x and the length is 400, so it becomes 400 times x, or 400x. Okay. Another part, and I'll switch back my colors here. Another part is this part of the walkway, where I'm stopping short here because it's just 200 long from here to here, and then it's x wide, so that's another 200 times x. So that makes 200x. And then I'm going to try and squeeze in one more little bit. This part right here, it makes a little square. It's x units, x feet wide and x feet tall, so it's x times x. So that makes x squared. Now, when you put all of this together and you put it in order, in the proper order, it looks very familiar. It looks like this. The area is equal to, we'll put these two together to make 600x. We get x squared plus 600x plus 80,000. So there's no right or wrong way of doing this. The purpose of me pointing this out to you is I want you to understand there's different ways of looking at the problem. And one way might make more sense to you. Either way, though, you're going to end up with this trinomial right here. X squared plus 600x plus 80,000. So now when we move on to the next part of the problem, it's telling us, they're giving us some more information. They say the combined area of the exhibit walkway should be 95,625 square feet of the exhibit and the walkway. So that's combining the walkway and the rest of the exhibit. So all together, it makes this big area, 95,625. That's why I made our trinomial equal to 95,625 instead of just using A that represented the area. They're asking us now, how wide should the walkway be? Well, that means they want us to find out what's X. In order to do that, I think you see what's coming. We need to zero this out. We need to make this equal to 0 by subtracting 95,625 on both sides of our equation. The result is a very healthy looking trinomial here that says x squared plus 600x minus 15,625. And all of that, when it's all said and done, equals 0 now. My goal is to see if I can factor all of this so that I can zero out and find the possible values for x. So when I look at it, I see two really big numbers, 600 and 15,625. I need to find out which two factors will multiply together to make, or will add up to make 600, and will multiply to make negative 15,625. Now, I just took my calculator and I just took a guess and said, well, I know one factor of 15,625 is going to be 25. So I actually divided it. 15,625 divided by 25. Guess what it equals? It equals 625. So that means my two factors of 15,625 are 25 and 625. That's exactly what I need. So it looks like this. After I factor this out, I'm going to have a positive 625 and a negative 25. So that now negative 25 and a positive 625 make 600. And then 625 times a negative 25 make a negative 15,625. Still, all of it equals 0. Let's try this again. All of it equals 0. There we go. At this point, I just solve to see what x would need to be in order to equal 0. So if this inside of the parentheses, this expression inside the parentheses was going to equal 0, then that means x would have to be equal to a negative 625. Another possible value for x, if this equals 0 here, is x would have to be equal to 25. Well, when I go to apply that to my diagram, I don't think that there's a possibility that one of the answers should be negative. So I now have a solution for x. X should be 25. That means I'm going to go back to this side over here. I found x times x, this little square here. Now I'm going to put in 25 for that. So I get 25 squared. I see 600 times x. So that's actually made of the 400x and the 200x. So these two rectangles on either side make 600 times 25. Those represent the walkway. I'm not going to figure out what the area of this would be. It's already figured out, and it's already taken up by the exhibit. So I just need to find the area of the walkway here. Okay, so 25 times 25. Does everybody know what that is? That's 625. Then I have 60 times 25, which, 6 times 25 is 150. So 60 times 25 should be 1,500. When I put that together, well, That should be 2,125 square feet. Correction. What we should have is 600. Uh-oh, it's not working here. 600 times 25, not 60. Let me see if this is working now. Yeah, correction there. 600 times 25, that makes 15,000. So the total area of the walkway is 15,625. If I want to find the cost at $15 a square foot, oh boy, that means I got to take that whole 15,625 and multiply it times 15, and that'll give me my solution, which is a pretty hefty price. It's over $200,000. 234. Sorry, my handwriting is really getting terrible. 234,375. There you go.